Welcome back to Six Pack Garage, Phoenix, Arizona. Got here is my kind of daily driver, 2011 GLK350. Owned it for probably, sorry it's hot, it's about 100 degrees in here. Owned it since I think 8 years ago. It's got 216,000 miles, been, knock on wood, good vehicle. It does have upholstery issues. These are known for the bottom section of the front seats are known to blow out. And you can get those parts on eBay pretty cheap. I actually have at least 1 or 2 videos on replacing those. But this time what happened is the top section, I got this off of eBay, probably came out of a junk GLK, but the seam split here and it fish mouthed, and I'll put a photo of it over here. And they don't really, I couldn't find just the upholstery, so, but I did find this for 90 bucks. So seems to be in good shape. I wouldn't say perfect, but there's no rips, tears. Overall looks pretty good, but it is pretty basic, so a lot of pieces need to come off the old seat to make this work. So that's what this video is going to be, is me replacing this, and to show you that, you know, all hope is not lost. If the top piece goes bad, you can get stuff like this off of eBay relatively cheap, and it's a lot better than crawling through junkyards, especially in the desert heat down here. So I ordered this and it showed up 2 or 3 days later. So anyways, let's get to it. So we had, you know, this little issue that I wasn't too worried about. Like, I was okay with letting that go for a while, but then out of nowhere, this seam opened up. So I can't have that. That looks terrible, and there's no, like, the material, it's almost like it shrank, you know, like, I don't know how it held together, because there's no way you could pull that back together and sew it or anything. So I think it just kind of, it shrank from the heat or something. And over time, this is a, what, 14-year-old car. So anyways, I gotta pull the seat out. I don't think I could do this job with the seat in the car. So I'm gonna pull it out. Yeah, so that is an E12, and I think you can fit, you know, certain metric 12-point sockets probably fit on there, but I have a set of these E-Torques, and they fit a lot better. If you got a German car, just buy a set of E-Torques. They're cheap enough, but some of these E-Torques on this vehicle, especially like suspension, and I've got a video on the control arms, like it's such a big bolt that I didn't have an E-Torques big enough, so I was able to put a metric socket on it, 12-point. Anyways, these come off pretty easy. And one thing you want to do, because I've had these seats out before, is these plastic pieces. Once you get the bolts loose, pull these off. You can kind of tell I've glued these back together because they will break. So as soon as you get the bolts off and get the seat up, slide these, all the plastic pieces front and back, slide them off, because you will regret it. They will break. Seat belt has to come off. Plastic piece that just pops off, and I'm gonna have to clean all this. It's friggin' filthy in here. I already popped it loose. It's a T45 Torx, and really it's just this front and rear. There's 4 bolts hold the seat down, and then there's a couple of 2 or 3 electrical connections need to come off. Yeah, it's kind of embarrassing how dirty this car is. But this is a good chance to vacuum and maybe even shampoo the carpet a little bit underneath. You'd be surprised to find some French fries and stuff. They really smell up a car. Now this is my car, but I don't drive it much. It's mostly my oldest son and my daughter drive this all the time. Which is fine. You know, cars need to be driven. So this is what I was talking about. These things, take them off. They will break. I said that earlier, I'll say it again. You don't want to break those bad boys. Slide those plastics off of there. What the hell? Looks like a spring off of a pen. French fries. Looks like somebody ate a granola bar in here. Freaking shit everywhere. Okay, so there's a few connectors. I don't know if I can do this with one hand. One of these is, the yellow one's always airbags. And then I think this is for, yeah, this is going to be for the seat heater. But you really need that in Arizona. Yeah. Okay. That one. Figure out how that unclips. Okay. I'm gonna have to need two hands for this one. Okay, so there was actually 5 plugs. So this is your power seat, and this, I know this is for the heater, this is for the airbag, but the heater plugs in a couple different spots. It's like a kit, dealer kit. So there's like 2 other plugs that, like one went way in the back, had to come off. No big deal. Man, this dirt is embarrassing. Holy shit. Okay, so this, just figured this out. You basically, I have this little pry bar. You probably use a screwdriver, but you just get in there. On this corner and this corner, there's a plastic tab. It's got to pop out of that hole, and then that's it. So that's easy. So now that just pops out. Just got to pull these 2 plugs out. And then basically the seat cover, you know, it's got these plastic hooks. So just kind of like push that forward and then they just pop out, and there's a bunch of them. So there's, you know, you can kind of see how it's getting loose here. I still got to figure out how I'm going to get this part done. So there's another airbag here. It's just 2 screws, torque screws that took that out. And I'm not going to take all this off. But I don't know if I'm going to have to take this shaft out or if I got to unbolt the top of the seat or what. But I don't think so. I think I can pull the cover off without doing all that. And then next we'll do the headrest. Okay, on the headrest, you can kind of see how it's got kind of like a rib on here. That's the only thing that holds it onto the motor. You unplug the cord. You can kind of push down here, it pops out of here. And if you look at this on the, I guess on the outer side, it's got like a notch. So you have to, hard to see, but there's like a clip that goes into that notch. And all you gotta do is you just take a screwdriver, pry bar, and just pry out on that clip so it gets past that, then you just pull this right out. It's a little bit of a pain, but not too bad. Okay, that was a little bit of a pain. These things, I don't really know how to get these things off. I don't want to break them. So I was able to pull the upholstery just right around it. So I might see if I can get these off, but it might not be worth it. We'll see. Okay, so the new cover does not have the seat heater option. So so this is my old one. You can see the cord. So I'm just gonna swap cushions, and it's basically just undo these clips here. And it's pretty easy. You just got to be careful that you don't break the clips, that's all. Okay, so I literally just told you to be careful with these clips. I didn't break it technically, but it did pull out. And this this heating pad is, the glue let go a little bit too, so I'm just gonna glue that back down. So yeah, this is what holds the upholstery in. It's got little metal rods in the upholstery and clips on, but I guess I pulled on it a little too hard. It just pulled right out of the foam, which was kind of weird. So I'm just gonna hot glue it back on there. Not the end of the world, but I might as well show you my screw ups. Yeah, that's the reality of working on cars. You know, sometimes, you know, usually things don't go smoothly. So that's just the reality of it. Whatever. So a hot glue gun is definitely a lifesaver. Nice thing about it, it's perfect for light duty stuff like this, where it dries kind of flexible. So this is a cushion, so you wouldn't want, like, super glue would work, but it's going to create kind of a hard spot, and you don't want that. In a cushion. So I'm just gonna, since this is foam, it's probably gonna maybe absorb some of this glue. I'm just gonna lay it on kind of thick, and it'll be like nothing ever happened. You can get these hot glue guns like at a hobby store, or like a craft store, whatever. Probably on Amazon, probably the easiest. Yeah, so that's gonna be the other nice thing about hot glue is, you know, once it cools down, man, it's done. It is done, so I don't have to wait for any glue to dry. So that's what we got. That will not come out of there, guarantee you. But I wanted to make sure, like, I could have probably done this and just left that alone, but this one, this is where the seam is. So if it's, even though it'll be clipped here, here, it might be a little loose here if that clip wasn't there. So yeah. Anyways, so far, I think, knock on wood, that's the only curveball I've had. Well, I guess the fact that the replacement cushion didn't have this in the first place. That's a curveball, and then this was another curveball, but I caused this myself. Yeah. I'm glad I had the hot glue out because I just noticed this. So the cushion's got a tear in it. So I'm just gonna hot glue that tear back together. And that will not cause me any problems in the future. Again, I probably could have let that go, but you know, it's gonna make the bolster kind of probably wrinkle up, you know, so you know, this is not gonna hurt it, that's for sure. Oops, wasn't in frame, but anyways, you get the idea. Okay, I got the cover off the other seat. So these are the rods that clip into these plastics. So yeah, these things, I messed around with them. I can't get them off, so I'm just gonna have to work around So now that I've got that upholstery, this top piece doesn't have any kind of slit or anything, so I think that's just being held in by the airbag. So that's all good. This is all good. Now just gotta plug in the airbag. Okay, going like this. Okay, that's in. Ground. And then remember, there's those two nuts. All right, it's all set. No more tears. Looking good. Hopefully that'll last for a while. Super happy with it. Definitely worth, you know, the 90 bucks plus shipping for sure. Just when I thought we were all done, I got this trouble code for the left airbag. And remember when I was plugging in that green connector with the orange tab? Well, I guess I didn't seat that orange tab good enough. You got to make sure that it clicks and you can hear it click into place. Push down on it kind of hard. After that, I was able to reset the code and no more issues. Luckily, I didn't have to take the seat back out, just the back cover back off. Anyways, lesson learned, easy fix. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.